From Washington, this is VOA News. Russia's President Putin calls President Obama to discuss Ukraine crisis and no sign of missing plane in new search area. I'm Bill Michaels reporting from Washington. Russian President Vladimir Putin called U.S. President Barack Obama Friday to discuss a U.S. proposal for resolving the crisis in Ukraine. The White House says Mr. Obama suggested that Mr. Putin offer a written response to the proposed diplomatic solution presented to Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov by Secretary of State John Kerry earlier in the week. The proposal calls for a pullback of Russian troops. President Obama spoke to Scott Pelley of CBS Evening News during an earlier stop in Rome.
I think it's well known and well acknowledged that you've seen a range of troops massing along that border under the guise of military exercises, but these are not what Russia would normally be doing. And it may simply be an effort to intimidate Ukraine, or it may be that they've got additional plans. And in either case, what we need right now to resolve and de-escalate the situation would be for Russia to move back those troops and to begin negotiations directly with the Ukrainian government as well as the international community.
Follow this developing story at voanews.com. President Obama met Friday in Saudi Arabia with King Abdullah to address their differences over security interests across the Middle East. Their meeting outside the Saudi capital, Riyadh, focused mostly on tensions spawned by Syria's civil war and Iran's nuclear program. The two leaders made no public statements. Malaysia's defense minister says no debris from a missing Malaysian airline plane has been recovered from a new search area off the west coast of Australia. The defense minister, Hishammuddin Hussein, told a news conference today that he had met with some families of passengers on the plane, but could give them no new information on objects seen floating in a new search area just over 1,800 kilometers west of the Australian city of Perth. The Australian Maritime Safety Authority said an Orion surveillance plane had sent back images of the objects Friday and that they're being assessed. AMSA says a Chinese Maritime Administration patrol ship is in the area and will be in position to locate the objects later today. Taliban militants attacked a guest house used by a landmine removal group in Afghanistan Friday, sparking a gun battle and leaving at least 2 people dead, including a child. Suicide bombers and gunmen laid siege to the guest house in the Afghan capital, Kabul, trapping up to 6 people during the gunfight. Jandad Springhar, head of the Free and Fair Election Foundation of Afghanistan, says he is concerned by the increasing violence.
It shows that Taliban is trying to prove what they said in their last statement, that they will disturb the election, they will attack. So it's affecting on our work as well, because some of our observers might resign, and it will be difficult for us to replace them in a very short time.
The Taliban has vowed to disrupt the April 5th presidential elections and has claimed responsibility for attacks against police stations, election offices, and campaign activities across the country. The United Nations Human Rights Council has extended an investigation into human rights abuses in North Korea for 1 year. The UN's top rights body approved the resolution Friday with a vote of 30-6 with 11 abstentions. A commission of inquiry was established by a unanimous decision of the 47-nation body in March of 2013 to investigate widespread violations on human rights in the North, particularly where the violations amount to crimes against humanity. The commission's report was released in February. And officials in the Central African Republic say a grenade attack on a funeral ceremony has killed 20 people and left another 11 wounded. The attack occurred about 11 p.m. Thursday night local time in Fatima, a Muslim neighborhood of the capital Bangui. For more on these stories and all of today's news, you can always visit our website at voanews.com. Reporting from Washington, I'm Bill Michaels, VOA News.